Coming up.
Welcome to Our Fraud.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Take 13.
She could be unleashed today.
Yes, but you can't find my bank details in the show notes.
As far as everyone is concerned, we're together.
I'll never forget when she told me the first time, you know.
Really? How funny.
A cheeky fairy climbing a hill.
Indicating it but not doing it.
No jet skis for you guys.
Oh, Snoresville.
What a cheater!
Stop weeping, Sam.
And it felt very safe, actually.
Oh, I wish I had a butler. And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
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 Hello and welcome to today's episode of How Do You Say That, sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk. Mark Rice is my lovely co-host. Hello, Mark.
Hello. Sam Boffin is my lovely co-host.
Yes, exactly. You have to say that.
I do.
So, hello. Every week, Mark and I and a very special guest get into a nice warm booth together.
Not together.
And chat.
Not in the same place.
Well, as far as everyone is concerned.
Oh, okay. Yes, definitely.
We're
All together, yeah.
Together. And chat about the world of voiceover to discover... well, all sorts of stuff when we're together.
Stuff, yeah. So if you're a voiceover, a podcaster, or even a voice director, this podcast is especially for you.
You, yes.
Yes.
Now, this week's fun fact about Mark is, I'm a bit worried about this one, Mark. You have a flamethrower for the weeds in your garden.
You know when there are little weeds and you've maybe put a bit of weed killer down and they go a bit brown and dry, you could pull them all up. But if you go along with what is in effect a blowtorch, but they call it a flamethrower, it kills them all nicely between the paving stones in your patio and it makes it look lovely.
Wow, okay.
But you do have to be careful.
With care.
Yes.
I was going to say, wielded with
bit of the pyro in me. Well, Sam's fun fact is... and I could go with this one as well, Sam, because I'm exactly the same. She doesn't drink beer or lager, neither do I.
No, I don't.
I think it's horrible.
In fact, yeah, I just, when I was a student, when I was poor, very poor, I used to make a whole half a lager last all night.
Just because you didn't like
it. It was really useful. I could sit in a pub all night, nursing half a pint of lager and not really make much difference.
Oh.
And of course, we also have a very special guest today, who this week is voice actor Camilla Laxton. Hello, Camilla.
Hi, Camilla.
Hello, Sam.
It is lovely to have you along.
Certainly is.
Lovely to be here.
Good. We'll put you through your paces in just a moment.
Absolutely. That's all right. So, Camilla is a very distinctive voice in our industry. She is both an experienced voice talent agent and a versatile voice actor. So she started her career very impressively as a live continuity announcer, and she's gone on to voice for brands like the BBC, ITV, Dell, Netflix, Jaguar, Fisher-Price and Norwegian Air. And I love this, she's even the voice of the Oslo tram line.
Oh, fantastic. Well, as founder of Loquacious Media, her voice talent agency, Camilla works across all facets of the industry, supporting audio projects from the ideas stage through casting and creation and into post-production as well. She loves the collaborative nature of bringing brands and voice talents together to, create a bit of magic. Welcome along, Camilla. We're going to have fun with this. Have you got a fun fact for us?
Thanks for having me. Yes, I do have a fun fact. It involves my mum. My mum lives in Norway. She likes to do a bit of shopping, clothes and other things.
I like your mother already.
She likes to put that on the credit card. Yes. Now, if she forgets to pay the monthly bill, she gets an automated phone call. And it's basically someone telling her off.
Oh, I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
And that voice is mine.
Amazing.
That is so cool.
I love that one.
Oh, that's a great one.
I'll never forget when she told me the first time.
Brilliant.
That's amazing. Oh, that is the sort of thing that this is why you want to be a voice actor. To be able to do something like that. That's
Absolutely.
So on that note, let's have a look at our first script of the show and ask, how do you say that?
Play How Do You Say That? Righto, script one is something I've been working on recently, and it is a cyber security script. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's. I do a lot of cyber security, don't I? But this is a very different one. Anything you'd like to know about it?
Yeah. I have a question.
Go for it.
So towards the end, in fact, the very last word of the script is Jetski.
Yes.
And I wonder if that is the jet ski that you can go on water.
Totally.
Or whether it's something else. Okay.
It's exactly that. Yeah. The thing that you do on holiday, or if you've got lots of money, you go and buy one. Yeah, it's exactly that. Yes.
Okay. Presumably that costs a lot of money.
Well, exactly. I mean, as you'll see, the script kind of goes from the fraudster's side. So your legacy, your money is their jet ski.
I do have a question.
Oh.
It's not. Is it a part of a longer piece?
Yes,
or is
much
it
longer. About 7
okay,
minutes in
fine.
total.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the meaning of the good life? Is it your family, your house, your business? Yes, it's all of these things. This is what we call legacy. We work tirelessly with dedicated individuals armed with the latest technology to trick you out of all of it. That's right, to take all of your money. Fraud. Your legacy. Our jet ski.
Nice. Because you began very, very upbeat.
really nice.
You began very jolly. There's a little laugh there as well. And I think it was almost you realised at the same time. And it is on its head that we're talking about the fraudsters very much.
Yeah.
I think you were a bit lighter than I went with it, to be fair, but I think it really, really worked.
Okay, because that was a very deliberate choice
nice.
that to go to, because it makes more of the end.
Yep.
But that's all. No.
As far as I worked out, the top bit has got quite light and airy music with it as well, and then the music pivots, as indeed the voiceover pivots.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, because you kind of want to appeal to people's emotions and get them on board, don't you?
Yeah.
To begin
Yeah.
with. And then they think they're on for a certain ride, and then
Yes,
it all
I think
changes.
that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to sort of they think they're listening to something that's going to go somewhere different from where it eventually
And
goes.
arguably, this is for employees in a company that maybe haven't thought properly about cybersecurity before.
Yeah.
Camilla, do you want to have a crack at it?
I can, yeah. Right. What is the meaning of the good life? Is it your family? Your house? Your business? Yes. It's all of these things. This is what we call legacy. We work tirelessly with dedicated individuals armed with the latest technology to trick you out of all of it. Yeah, that's right. To take all of your money. Fraud. Your legacy. Our jet ski.
Nice. I really like the
Nice.
extra word that you put in there as well, because you went,
Did I put an extra word in
yeah,
there?
that's right. It's like, but it really brought
yeah.
it
Oh
to
yes, you did, and I love that.
that
Yeah,
was lovely because
absolutely.
it took it, Sam, didn't it, to the completely conversational there
Yeah.
that we bang on
absolutely.
about so much.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. And I thought actually because you were slower than I was, which I think was a very good choice. I think I was too swift. I thought that when I came out of it. So I liked the pace of yours.
Well, amusingly, you know what I'm going to say about pace, don't you?
What?
They probably came to me because they wanted it quite quick.
Oh, I see.
So
Wow.
it is actually quite quick. But I mean, either way, you can do it either way. That's not a problem.
But I liked what you did, Sam, as well. With you went quite close on the mic when towards the end.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there was more intimacy, and then really drawing in the listener. So that was really good.
Good. So what did you actually do, Mark?
You're going to hear a bit of a curveball here because it's not, I think, what you were expecting.
Okay.
This is a crime boss talking, remember?
Oh, the question we didn't ask. Who am I?
Yeah.
So this
okay.
is how I did it. What is the meaning of the good life? Is it your family? Your house? Your business? Yes, it's all of these things. This is what we call legacy. We work tirelessly with dedicated individuals armed with the latest technology to trick you out of all of it. That's right, to take all of your money. Ha! Fraud, your legacy, our jet ski.
Oh wow, that is totally different from how I would have thought of it. And also, I have to say, if I'd have been the director, totally different from how, not that it wasn't good, but because it gives the game away at the beginning that it's a joke, that wouldn't have been how I would do that script.
I think they came up with the character, the little cartoon character on screen first, so we saw him. But he's like that, and he's sitting behind a desk in the animation before it kind of opens up, and then he's in his board shorts and is on the jet ski. So
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
That is nice. But so you were that character for 7 minutes?
No, that was just the pastiche at the beginning, and then it goes into, but you can look after your money with the cybersecurity.
Right.
Not like that.
Okay.
It's like, yes, no, that was just a little vignette at the beginning.
Oh, that's really interesting. So a really deliberate, fun thing to get you into this.
So
to
that
make
people,
you think,
because
that's a different thing.
You know,
then.
that when people say e-learning, they go, oh, Snoresville.
Yeah.
And it's just anything to kind of break out of that these days, isn't it, really?
Okay.
So hopefully it broke them out of it.
I think both Camilla and I are going, because we're thinking that was just not how we read it.
No,
that's so
it
interesting.
wasn't at all.
Yeah.
But you're right, Sam, you didn't ask that one question, did you? Who's talking?
That was and which is a very important question.
Yeah.
Which you normally tell me off if I don't ask that question.
Yeah.
Gosh, if I was had written this script, I would have thought that you would want to kind of lure them.
Yes.
Or you would want to fool the audience, because that's what scammers do, right? So they play on your dreams and your vulnerabilities and your fears and all of that. And then once you feel that once the audience feels that they can trust the fraudster, because they don't know that he's a fraudster, that's when they do their tricks, right?
Well, exactly. That's exactly how I read it and how you read it. But I suppose perhaps, was it more of a kind of jolly Del Boy type?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Someone who doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that time.
Your money, my money.
Exactly. My money, my money.
So
Yes, exactly.
interesting. That's a very, very interesting script.
That's the whole thing about what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a reminder that these are indeed real scripts, crazy though it may seem. And we have changed the names and some detail to avoid copyright issues.
Except, of course, Camilla hasn't changed the name because we're allowed to do the actual company, aren't we, Camilla?
Amazing.
Okay, so I chose a script that I have been working on a lot because I helped the client casting their UK campaign with this script. So obviously, as an agent, you sit down and read lots of scripts and casting briefs. An agent wears many hats, but at that point, the agent is kind of a casting director and also consultant with the client to check in with them and make sure that the way I read the brief is the same as they have intended it. So a bit like with your script, Mark.
Yeah, true.
Yes, that would have been a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, interestingly, in the casting brief that we got originally with this, there was an American version on YouTube that we had the chance to listen to. But just to describe that, it was a very urban sound, really.
Yes.
So you went to look at it, did you?
I did.
Oh, you cheat.
No, but it was meant. It was meant to be a reference.
Oh, I see.
As a reference.
Okay.
But they wanted a kind of English version.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
What I'm thinking the direction probably is kind of more urban-esque, but a bit more British than that.
Yeah, but what's interesting is that when they first sent the casting brief, they said regional accents.
Right.
And so I thought, the usual northern, or anywhere, anywhere really in the UK, and not really for RP so much.
So sod you, Mark and Sam.
No.
You just
quite
demonstrated
right.
that you can do a good gangster, though, haven't you, Mark?
Fair.
But it turned out they were talking regional London accent.
Oh
and
God,
I thought,
really?
Oh my goodness,
how funny!
this is getting very specific.
Good Lord!
Wow.
And of course, as you said, the US version was very urban looking and sounding, but that wasn't, there's no guarantee that that's what they want for the UK market. It's a different market altogether, isn't it?
Fascinating.
I'm the one that usually cuts and pastes the script.
Yes.
And I deliberately didn't look at any of the stuff
okay.
around it because I thought, I don't want to give my, you know what I mean? I didn't want to find out anything about the script because I wanted to come to it completely without any information.
Okay,
so,
I hold my hand up and go, I've been the big cheat. All right.
No. On the contrary, you've done actually the sensible thing. And so I am a bit on the back foot here. That's really interesting. So you know much more about this than I do. Well, both of you do, but you certainly do, Mark, in terms of...
Urban is not terribly in my wheelhouse, as we have discovered in previous episodes, but I'll
let's
give it
go
a
for it.
try. I'll give it a try.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then. Spin your passion into a business with Shopify and break sales records with the world's best converting checkout. You heard me, the world's best converting checkout. Your customers can check out here, check out there, check out everywhere. Now that's music to your ears, anywhere you spin it. You can be a smash hit with Shopify.
Oh, God. Now you've terrified me. Oh, my God. Was it that kind of big thing?
It was quite big, Camilla, wasn't it? The American version.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that for the English, And this was one spot, so we worked on several, and I would say, and we also did a couple of spots for Australia. And in Australia, again, it's a different market,
Of course it is,
So
yeah.
they actually chose a female voice for one of the spots, where the US spot was a male voice.
When we talk urban, I'm not sure really. I was leaning towards it, but I don't think anybody would kind of go, yeah, that's an urban sound.
Sort of indicating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, that's so kind, Camilla. Indicating it, but not doing it.
And so when we talk about audiobooks, I tend to say, when I do workshops, because I like to get out and meet new talent and emerging talent, it's so easy to go a bit overboard, particularly with Pride and Prejudice. All the characters then immediately become 104 years old and sound really squeaky. And then we have the conversation about whether you as a narrator should maybe just indicate, so that the listener can visualize the characters themselves.
So there's space in there for them to put their own interpretation on. Yes.
Exactly. But there are different styles on there, so and anything's allowed.
You hear that, Sam? Anything's allowed. It's all good.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so terrified of this now.
Play it again, Sam.
When I read it in such a different way.
Yes,
I want to hear how you read it now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because my what I tuned into with yours was less the urban. The urban was almost a not so much an irrelevance. The urban was there. It was in your voice. What confused me more was the kind of, here we go, smash it. And it was more that I'm like, what the? I never thought that. I never read that into it.
Interesting.
But now I'm thinking DJ, I'm thinking, oh God. All right, okay, I'll give it a go. This is not how I was expected to do it.
On the video, I'll let you into a secret. On the video, on the US version, he is actually holding a vinyl record.
Wow, okay, right. Woof, that is just like nothing how I imagined it. But
why don't you do it the way you imagined it?
Do it the way you imagined it.
So much more fun to listen to.
I'll give it a go. Okay. I'll give something a go. Who knows what it'll be like? Spin your passion into a business with Shopify and break some sales records with the world's best converting checkout. Yeah, you heard me. The world's best converting checkout. Your customers can check out here, check out there, check out everywhere. Now that's music to your ears. Anywhere you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify.
See, I like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You took it right down the other end of the spectrum, though. You were quite close to the mic. It was quite intimate, that, from the other end, wasn't it, Camilla?
Yeah, it was.
Stop weeping. Stop weeping, Sam.
So wrong, clearly. If I'd have got that to actually audition for, and I'd have seen what I was meant to do, I would have probably punted in the absolute opposite as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Just in case there was something in there that resonated.
Quick question, Camilla, do you like that when your talents throw in a completely different take for the client?
Yeah, totally. And do you know what? Different needs to be really different.
Yes, really different. Yeah.
I've done 3 takes, and then I listen to them. It's like,
they're all the same.
I can't really tell much. I can hear a little bit, you know. I've got good ears, so I can hear that they are, but it's not contrasting enough.
Yeah.
And that's a great rule for every voiceover artist to take on board, isn't it?
Yeah, because the nuances you can tease out in a directed session. If they can hear something in your voice that they like and they book you, then the little nuances. But yeah, no. How would you do it, Camilla?
Yeah, okay. Spin your passion into a business with Shopify. and break sales records with the world's best converting checkout. Yeah, you heard me. The world's best converting checkout. Your customers can check out here, check out there, check out everywhere. Now that's music to your ears. Any way you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify.
Sam's going to come and get you now. That's what she was thinking.
That's how I heard it. That's exactly how I heard it.
We must work together a lot more, I think.
But isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That
As soon as you got a third of the way through, Camilla, I knew that Sam was going to say that.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Because it had lots of different nuances in it, and it had lots of different. You varied your tone, your pace, and that's what would have made me as a shopper, as somebody who wants to use Shopify. That would have made me prick up my ears. That would have made me lean in and want to find out more.
Yeah.
What a great script to bring, though, and 3 completely different ways of looking at it. Amazing. How do you say that?
And so it is the wild card
Hooray!
bit. So, love
this bit.
Hooray! Camilla,
Yeah.
can you pick one of the scripts? Now, whether you can choose Mark or myself and give one of us a new direction.
So who are you going to go for? Who are you
Okay.
picking on, Camilla?
Mark.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay. And do you know which script you want me to do?
Yes, I would like you to read script 1.
Okay.
You're quite good with telephony, aren't you?
I do a lot of
On-hold
telephony.
messages, yes. So can you please do it as an on-hold message script?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. So I think that takes this script right down, but we'll give it a try.
I think so.
Hello. What is the meaning of the good life? Is it your family, your house, your business? Yes, it is all of these things. This is what we call legacy. We work tirelessly with dedicated individuals armed with the latest technology to trick you out of all of it. That's right, to take all of your money. Fraud, your legacy, our Jetski, when we're with you in a moment.
So, hi guys. Welcome to our fraud.
A friendly place to hang out.
Your bank teller will be with you shortly. Right, okay. Is it your go, Sam? Do you want to do one now?
So, no, I think I should suggest one for Camilla.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So, Camilla, I'd like you to be an experimental chef. And I'd like you to do, I think I'll give you the first script because I can't bear to think of you doing that. So you're an experimental chef. You're probably actually this is playing now to Mark's to what Mark does so well. You're at something like an Ideal Home show or you're experimental, and I think that's the point.
To an audience, to a live audience, Sam, that kind of thing.
For
Sure, a live audience. Yeah. Okay. What would an experimental chef do?
Well, quite.
Right, okay. Right. So, well, what is the meaning of the good life? Is it your family? Your house?
Props.
Your business? Yes. Yes. It is all of these things. This is the dish that we call legacy. And here in the kitchen, we work tirelessly with dedicated individuals armed with the latest technology to trick you out of all of it. That's right, to take all of your money. Fraud, your legacy. Oh, Jetski!
Wow. I love the added Foley there as well. It's sort of beautiful.
That's so good. Like undoing things, going completely bonkers by the end of it.
Do you remember the Swedish chef from the Muppets? It's like it's throwing things about. It's like
I should have done that.
I'm not going to go a million miles away from that with Sam.
Oh,
okay.
What are you
Because
going to give me?
I thought, do you remember Upstairs, Downstairs, or Downton Abbey? Those kind of places.
Downton Abbey, good.
Downton Abbey, Mrs. Patmore, the cook. Upstairs, Downstairs, Mrs. Bridges, the cook. Big, strong characters who rule their kitchen with a rod of iron and woe betide anybody that gets in the way. I'd like to be a character a bit like that, who has discovered about halfway through that something is burning.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, do you know what? I think the Jetski script works better with that.
Do you? Because we've all three of us done that. Do you want me to have a go at the script too for the wild card?
Yes.
Oh, why did I say that? Why did I say that?
As you're offering, Sam, I was trying to be nice to you, but it's like fine.
Spin your passion into a business with Shopify. Break sales records with the world's best converting checkout. You heard me. The world's best converting checkout, yes. Now, your customers can check out here. Check out there, Ruby. Can you smell burning? All right, check out everywhere. Oh dear, that's music to your ears. Anyway, you can spin it. You can be a smash hit with Shopify, Ruby.
Oh, you bad girl, Ruby. It's like, I thought you were nicer. You were nicer in the top part than I was expecting you to be. And quieter.
Think they're nice, aren't they?
I think they rule their kitchens with rods of iron a bit harder than I think they're a bit meaner than that, to be honest.
I see.
But I kind of got the idea that you might be making bread or something, like kneading.
I was.
I got
in
that.
my mind.
Yeah, I got that.
I was kneading.
I got that.
Yeah, I was kneading.
Yeah.
It was really nice. I really enjoyed it. It was great.
Of course, you can play along at home.
Yes.
Of course you can. We have put the scripts in the show notes so you can have a try yourselves.
Yes, you can. So, question time. Our question this week, Camilla, is can you give us any agent secrets? For instance, apart from labelling the files correctly, which is like rule number one of sending your stuff to an agent, what's the main piece of advice for experienced talent that you work with?
Well, I've always felt very passionate about further your training and doing workshops to hone skills, whether it is to learn about new ways of doing it, like we're doing now with the scripts, or whether it's to enter into another genre in the massive world of voiceovers where there's so many different genres that one can do, and just learn about something you've never done before, don't know that well. Because when I started out, there was no training available. Yes, I went to drama school for 3 years. There was very little focus on voice acting. I think we did a little bit of radio drama.
Yeah.
And that was it. Yeah, and then, because I was one of very few Norwegian actors in London, I then got booked into all sorts of different types of voiceover work. And every time I turned up, it was like learning on the job. Yeah. So if I did documentaries, it went on air, and it wasn't always the best, right? Because I was still learning.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's so wonderful that there are so many workshops available now.
Yes.
And also with AI looming, I think it's the best thing anyone can do is just make sure you put enough hours in there to train and better yourself and be more playful and more yourself and authentic and all of that. Because if we can be the best we are as voice artists, then I think it's a very obvious choice for any client to go, they wouldn't want an AI sounding voice when you can get a real human voice. And when we talk in front of a microphone, it's so much more than just the words.
It's the emotion, as we've been proving over the last 40 minutes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's emotion, it's our life experiences, it's our imagination, it's everything that happens there and then in the moment.
And the surprises that I think the real people can bring to things. Because with AI, somebody needs to make the choices on AI. It's not just, although it's not quite as simple as pressing a button. So somebody somewhere has got to make a choice. And that's really, really difficult, in terms of, actually so you will get much more range, much more experience, much more versatility if you work, with somebody else. Because going back, Camilla, you were saying, and I think this is true because this is how I learned, probably you are the same, Mark. We worked out there in the real world, as it were, and so we soaked up information from other people. We watched how other people did it, and we were able to learn on the job. Absolutely. But I don't, because a lot of us work so much now, far more than we ever did in studios at home. We don't get that opportunity to see how other people do it. Yeah, and I think that's a huge loss. So training does take that. It enables you to do that in a way that it used to just be part and parcel of the on the job, really.
Yeah, because if you sit in your home studio and work long hours, you can get into certain patterns and you can start hearing things that aren't necessarily there, things like that.
And working also with those workshops, because I know you, I know part of this sort of offering you give your the people on your books is you often offer up different workshops with different people. You go out there and you find different practitioners that add to our experience as voice actors. And that working in a workshop with other people, again, you go out there and you're working with, say, 8 or 10 other people over a weekend. Not only do you form brilliant relationships with these people, but you learn from all of them, you know, and it's so that one-to-one training is great too. That's a different thing, but those workshop trainings are extraordinary. They're a gift.
To break into a new area where you haven't worked before, what's the way in? So I spoke to one of my ADR clients the other week and said, would you ever run a workshop? You know, because we got voices on our books who are experienced, but they've never done ADR before, and because that could be a way in.
And that's exactly the kind of thing that experienced people like us need, because there are very few direct routes into different genres.
Also, you get to work with the workshops. You get to work with people who are new to the industry who bring so much talent and new ways of doing things that you can think, actually, that's a brilliant way of
totally. And they are, you know, a lot of them are a lot younger. So I'm thinking, you know, we need to allow the younger generations to come in and work alongside us. You know,
absolutely. And also because it's just brilliant for everybody on all different levels.
I've got a tiny extra supplementary question, if I may. What's the best thing about being an agent and the worst thing about being an agent?
The best thing is I can celebrate the successes with the talents when they happen.
Nice.
I love that. I love.
And not just through your bank balance.
Bringing good news. No. And here's another thing, you know. I don't know if you can even imagine how many hours all agents sit in their office and work for no money at all.
Yeah, I bet.
We build the relationships with the clients and with the voices, and then we work hard on casting briefs and don't get anything until one of our voices has booked a job. Which brings me to the days when I don't like my job and think maybe I should set up a home for homeless cats.
Nice.
But that's it's the rejection, you know. As an agent, you kind of get exactly the same as voices and actors. You know, we don't necessarily hear back from clients. I feel rejection too on behalf of my voices, you know.
Nice insight there. I like it. Camilla, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. It has been a blast with you, as I knew it would be.
It's so fun.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're absolutely fine. No worry at all. A reminder that all of Camilla's details can be found in the show notes.
They can indeed. And of course, the lovely scripts are there too.
Yes, but you can't find my bank details in the show
notes. Thank goodness.
No, quite. No jet skis for you guys. And also, if you wish to, you can leave a review.
Oh, yes, good idea.
Apple Podcasts. Yes, amazing.
Great idea. Leave a review. That's it for this week. Thanks again to the wonderful Camilla Laxton. And we will be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we'll be asking, all together now, please. How do you say that?
How do you say that?